we meet you, sir?
Hi, my name is Alaus Oluwainka Ice.
Okay, sir. How did you come up with the name of your company?
The name of my company is a coinage from my English name.
When did you start photography, and what motivated you into it?
Oh my God, when did I start photography? Okay, I wouldn't say I started photography officially at some point. I started photography, I used to have a magazine company. That was 2007, 2008, 2009. I had a magazine company way back on campus then. I went to Lautech, so I had a magazine company way back in Lautech, and then, you know, I had this small camera then. So the small camera was always my friend, because there's no way you can have a magazine company without having a camera. So I was always on my camera. So once I get to any event, I always go with my camera and then take the pictures. So at some point, I think around 2017, no, 2015, when I joined Planet TV, then I had the urge of, you know, having a camera and then knowing more about photography. So I learned photography from a friend. That was 2013. Then my friend taught me a lot of things. That's Bamila. He taught me a lot in photography. Then later I decided to go professional, learn officially. That was 2015.
Okay, sir. Where did you get your entrepreneurial spirit?
Oh, where did I get my entrepreneurial spirit? Okay, my dad used to work at BAT. He was an office man. My mom was a teacher, but I have an uncle, Demi. Demi is a businessman. He has always been a businessman. So I was a bit closer to him immediately after my secondary school days. He was always the one showing me what to do, how to go about it. And at some point, you know, my mom had a shop. So when she's done in school, she comes to our shop and then she does business.
Okay.
That was in shop. So I had no choice. I started getting the zeal. I understood the rudiment of business, how to make sure you invest so you can get more money. So before I knew it, it became my lifestyle.
Okay. So what has been the challenges?
Challenges. Oh boy. Challenges has been much. Oh. The first challenge I faced was, what do I want to do? And then I think the next challenge I faced again was capital. How do I get money to buy things I need? It was a big challenge for me. But to the glory of God, here we are today.
Okay, sir. And what's your greatest strength?
My greatest strength. My greatest strength is God, though. I tell you. Now God, though. God is my greatest strength, trust me.
How do you handle a lot of jobs?
A lot of jobs for me, I do well under pressure.
Okay.
You know, there was a time when I was doing my NYSC way back in Lagos. I served in Lagos, so when I was doing my NYSC, my platoon leader said something. I started gaining weight. I was the social representative for my platoon. I later became very much more active in the whole camp. So I had no choice. People just noticed, despite the pressure, despite everybody calling me ice this, ice that, I was adding weight, I was gaining weight, I was getting fatter. So at some point, my platoon leader said something. He said, Ice, you do well under pressure. So when I have lots of pressure on me, well, a lot of things to handle, I tend to manage them well.
Okay, so knowing what you know now, is there anything you would have done differently when you were first starting out?
Oh, I have a lot of things I would have done differently, because number one, I would have actually made some people my enemies initially. I would have just not involved them in my business, because at some point I involved some set of people that really wanted to spoil my brand. So it took me a long time before I could detach from those people. So differently, I would have just made sure some people were not at the rudiment of my business.
So during the Corona lockdown period, how did you survive?
My brother, COVID was the best challenge anybody can face. But at some point, you know, I read a book some time ago. The book said something like, when problem comes, there's always a way out. And there's another saying my dad used to say. My dad used to say, when there's a roadblock, look around, there's always a diversion. So at some point during COVID, I was flat broke. Office was locked down, everything was locked down. I had no choice. I sat down, I thought of it, what can I do? So that was when it came to my idea that, okay, Ice, try home services. So I started marketing home services.
Okay.
Before I knew it, trust me, bam, I was there. Then I started making money again. So I survived COVID through God's grace.
Okay, sir. So give us a breakdown of how 2021 went.
Oh my God. You see, 2020, I didn't even know how it was going to go. Because 2020 for me, quite challenging. But 2021, I didn't have a studio. People never knew I didn't have a studio as of 2020, November, December. I didn't have a studio. I already, my contract with Foodco, then I was inside Foodco, Ring Road.
Okay.
My contract with Foodco already ended. So I was floating. I was just working from one studio to the other, trying to work with people and all the likes. But at some point, I look at it and I was like, God, where do I get another 6, 8, 10 million naira to set up a new place? Getting a space right now, these days, it's always kind of very tough. So I looked up to God and I said, God, please make ways for me. And just like magic, February 2021, I had a new studio. And we're still running the studio, and this is iStudios now.
How do you decide on the location for your business?
How do I decide for the location of my business? Number one is I believe I'm a moving train. I believe I'm a brand. I believe I'm a brand that wherever I find myself, I would always pave way. I believe in perfection. I believe in doing things the right way. I believe in if you give people the right quality they seek for, you know, people will look for you wherever you go. So I started believing, okay, whenever I want to set up a place, if you look at all my studios, I used to have one opposite First Bank, Molete Okeado Road. I once had a studio at Foodco, that's beside the road also, Ring Road, Yanadioyo. I once had a studio in Ibadan. I once had a studio in Bodija, Arigidi Estate, just by the road also. Now, this is opposite Sugar House Hotel, Songwele Road. So my business locations are always easily accessible.
All right, sir. Describe your customers in one word.
My customers, my people, my family. Hey, man, I love those people. They're the reason why I'm fresh. Just imagine, every time they give me money, I say thank you to them because they're the reason why I'm not starving today. They're the reason why my shirt still stand. They're the reason why I still do big boy. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Has anyone ever looked down on you being a photographer?
I never give anybody the opportunity to look down on me because number one, I'm an engineer, a proud one for God's sake. And being an engineer for me, I see photography as the priority to life, the priority to everything. The only thing that retain every good moment, every sad moment is photography. So when you have good photographer in your house or in your event, you're lucky. So number one is the gadgets I'm carrying. I know how much I buy all my gadgets. I can't come into your events now and then you look down on me. I dress good. I look good. I smile well. So I think people don't get to look down on me.
Okay. What should we be expecting in 2022?
Well, 2022, I have the urge to learn more. And I think 2022 for me, iStudios TV is going to be coming up big time. The YouTube channel is going to be running big time. Expect a lot of travels. I'm going to be traveling a lot. I'll be working with Walter in Kenya. I'll be working with Sante in Ghana. I have a couple of guys I'm going to be working with all around Africa, and I'll be working with a couple of photographers also in the Europe.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you so much. I love you guys. My name is Ice.
Thank you.